The shale energy boom is helping the United States surpass Russia and Saudi Arabia in gas and oil production this year. And that makes for falling gas prices and interesting times in the American-Saudi relationship. The national average for a gallon of gas is $3.21. That is the lowest price in nearly 3 years. Last week, domestic crude oil futures fell for the 6th straight week.
Prince waleed bin Talal of Saudi Arabia is urging his nation to diversify. His company did that by investing in some of the world's biggest brands, including Twitter, Citibank, Apple, and News Corp. He ranks 17th on the Bloomberg list of billionaires. Welcome.
Pleasure to be with you.
Let's talk about shale oil and what it means first for the United States and then specifically for Saudi Arabia. If the U.S. is no longer dependent on Middle Eastern oil and if Saudi Arabia finds itself needing to be in other businesses.
Yeah, no doubt that the shale oil production is increasing not only in the United States but also in Europe and some other areas in the world. As a result of that, the United States will not only be oil sufficient in production, but also it will be potentially a net oil exporter. No doubt this will impact the geopolitical situation in our region because the dependence of the United States on oil will be less. However, the relationship between Saudi Arabia and the United States, as I encompass it and as I see it, is somehow wider than just being oil dependent only. And the anchor of that relationship began when President Roosevelt met King Abdulaziz, the establisher of modern Saudi Arabia, in 1945 on the military ship SS Quincy, and established this long-term alliance that really is not only based on oil only.
But that is true, and there has been this alliance, and a lot of it is because of U.S. dependence on Middle Eastern oil. But now the U.S. is about to surpass Russia and Saudi Arabia as the world's largest oil producer because of shale. So I really do think that changes geopolitics. I mean, if you look at U.S.-Saudi relations, there are 3 fracture points right now: Syria, Egypt, and Iran. How much has it strained relations with the U.S. in terms of this new deal that Secretary Kerry may be crafting with Iran?
No doubt the relationship between Saudi Arabia and the United States is strained. This is
it is strained.
It is very strained.
How strained?
It is very strained. However, Mr. Kerry's visit to Saudi Arabia and meeting with the King Abdullah for 2 long hours, I think a lot of things were resolved at that time. Yet still Saudi Arabia are very concerned from the non-coherent policy, if I can use this term, a non-cohesive policy of the United States toward the Middle East. For example, when President Obama puts a red line whereby if Syria crosses that red line by using chemical weapons, he will strike. And then at the last minute, obviously, a change happens whereby a quid pro quo takes place, whereby the chemical weapons are given to the United States, whereby they don't get hit. So this really was not really very much welcomed in our region.
And when they didn't strike, what did you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's not us only; it's the whole world. Saw it as a blinking, and gave Putin the chance to come not only from the back door, from the front door, whereby a big delegation visited Egypt and visited many other Arab countries, whereby they tried to reestablish themselves again because Russia played a big role in brokering that deal between the United States and Syria.
But the big question is Iran. And it is said that Saudi Arabia would like for someone to strike Iran, its bitter enemy in the Middle East. Would it be helpful to the Saudis if Israel or the United States struck the Iranian oil facilities?
I'm sure.
Sorry, nuclear facilities.
Yeah. I'm not sure that the official position of Saudi Arabia and most of the countries in the region should try to have Iran to be struck by the United States or by the Western powers. Our objective is to have Iran to be nuclear free. If this thing would happen through peaceful means, so be it. And that's the objective of Saudi Arabia.
It's not?
Well, as a last resort, I mean, you always have to have the military option on the table. It's very important to keep it.
But I mean, much talk is about the fact that the Emirates and Saudi Arabia would like to see, if it cannot be done peacefully, be done militarily.
And Iran, and Israel.
And Israel would do it.
I mean, that's the strange alliance.
Right.
That,
Yes, exactly. Israel and Saudi Arabia are on the same page with respect to Iran.
Yeah. Yes, but also the official position of the United States is that the military option is still on the table as a last resort.
Do you have confidence that the United States would execute that policy?
Well,
does the Saudi government have confidence?
Frankly speaking, no, we don't have confidence that the military strike would happen if Iran does not succumb to the world pressure and accept.
So you don't trust the United States, you're saying? The Saudi government does not trust the United States to do it?
I think this, at the more macro level, the whole trust issue is on the United States is very much on shaky grounds these days. Not only from Saudi Arabia, but also from Europe. We have Merkel also doubting also the United States by having the United States spying on her phone. You have the Brazilian president also canceling her visit here because of the NSA situation also. So really, in a more...
Does that mean the United States has lost influence in the world?
Well, I wouldn't say lost influence, but its influence is diminishing.
Can we talk to you about your position on women's rights? I was so excited to hear that you're a big supporter of women driving in Saudi Arabia.
We are for women participation in the social community in Saudi Arabia a lot more than anyone else. And clearly the issue of driving comes under that banner. So really we are for women's rights in Saudi Arabia, and the issue of driving comes under that situation.
And I heard that one of your favorite songs is Welcome to Hotel...
Who told you that?
I heard Hotel California, and that you've been known to sing a time or two. Let's hear it, Your Highness.
I was studying in the United States, in Menlo College in California.
Yes, that you like that song.
In the late 70s, and that song was very popular then, yes.
Yes, would you like to do a little bars? That would be something different that we haven't seen you do.
I don't want to scare you with my voice.
You're one of the richest men in the world, and you took an early investment in Twitter. That paid off for you, $600 million when it went public. What's the next big company, do you think, or where are you investing in?
Well, Kingdom Holding is a holding company that's really very diversified in many areas. And clearly Twitter right now is the rising star in the social media arena. However, having said that, it's very important to keep innovating, because without innovation, the risk of having the new next big thing come and take over the reins from Twitter.
You once made news in an interview with me when you suggested James Murdoch would be your choice to replace his father, Rupert. A name of the person you'd like to see replace Rupert Murdoch today?
No, I think I'm meeting Rupert today, by the way, so I have to be careful on that. No, I think Rupert is in good health, and I think the transition issue in News Corp and Fox right now, because they are two companies, is well defined and structured.
Okay, thanks.
Well, we can follow you on Twitter. You've got over 1 million followers already, 140 characters. Very nice to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Really good to see you.